Welcome to Embodiment and Resourcing. We're going to do a practice today around the theme of self-compassion. And we'll be doing some movement and some guided inner work. As usual, anything that I offer is just an invitation. And so I encourage you to tune in and feel if it's right for you. Always stay within your limits of what works for your body. So I'm going to just read a short definition of self-compassion to give us a context or a common grounding. This comes from Kristen Neff, and she does a lot of work with mindfulness and self-compassion. Self-compassion is extending compassion to oneself in instances of perceived inadequacy, failure, or general suffering. Kristen Neff has defined self-compassion as being composed of three main elements: self-kindness, common humanity, and mindfulness. Self-compassion entails being warm towards oneself when encountering pain and personal shortcomings, rather than ignoring them or hurting oneself with self-criticism. Common humanity is self-compassion that also involves recognizing that suffering and personal failure is a part of the shared human experience rather than isolating. And with mindfulness, self-compassion requires taking a balanced approach to one's negative emotions so that feelings are neither suppressed or exaggerated. Negative thoughts and emotions are observed with openness, so that they are held in mindful awareness. So let's now apply that to our practice of centering in our physical body, our emotional body, and our mental body. I don't think I'm going to stand up for this. You can do it standing or sitting. So connecting in with my physical body, close your eyes and tune in. And just notice how your body feels today. And let's add an element of asking, what do I need? What does my physical body need? And then without approaching that or answering that from the intellect, see if you can just feel into your body and sense if there is a need on that level. And as you're listening, you might even think or convey toward your body, I'm listening, I hear you. Thank you for letting me know. And then next, tuning into our emotional body and also bringing that same quality of listening, even asking our emotions, do you need anything? And then listening to see if our emotional body needs anything today, any kind of emotional nourishment or empathy. And then as you listen, you may or may not hear an answer to that. But again, we're cultivating this attitude of turning towards and attuning. And thank you for letting me know. And then next, turning towards our mental body, the seat of our thinking, our beliefs, our memories. And again, just tuning in to see what is your state of mind right now. Listening towards your state of mind. Maybe telling your mind, I hear you. Do you need anything? Thank you for letting me know. Then just taking a few more moments with the wholeness of your being as still in that mode of listening So for today, in this practice, we may have heard or felt there that maybe there is a need on one of these levels. But for right now, we're not going to try to answer that need or fulfill it or strategize. That could come later. For this really brief practice, it's an important part of the practice to listen and to show up and hold the space and just let that be. So whatever arises, we don't have to take action immediately. We can just be present with it. Okay, so now let's go towards a little bit of movement. And movement can help us to move the energy, bring in some fresh energy, still on this theme of self-compassion. Now, a lot of times in our culture, we have messages that tuning into yourself or taking care of yourself is an indulgence. And we're often encouraged to look outside of ourselves to other standards of how we should be. We may have inherited patterns or habits from our family, from our lineage that we're not even aware of in terms of how we perceive what self-care is and self-compassion. And so what we're going to do now is just a simple movement, which will go like this, crossing the arms as if you're taking off a shirt and just letting that go. And we were going to repeat that. I'm literally as if I'm going to take this shirt off and I'm just lifting that energy and I'm just letting it go. So those energies of self-criticism or of turning outward and denying what you need within, or any other ideas that have been given to you or beliefs. This is really just a symbol or a metaphor, but it helps to embody that and let our bodies experience where our intention and our heart and our movement turn those things that do not really feed us and don't really constitute self-compassion, and at least set them aside. So let's do that a few more times. I like to breathe in as I bring my arms up. And then as I exhale, arms go out and down. This is a Qigong movement called lifting clouds. So it's as if we're lifting the clouds of any kind of criticism or negativity toward ourselves, clearing that out and just allowing a freshness or even the sunshine of our hearts to shine forward. Let's do a couple more of these. It's also fine to modify this movement, make it smaller if your arms don't want to go up that high. And then as you come down the last time, let's just bend forward and flick our fingers, kind of like you're trying to get water off your fingers, flicking any old negative energy, any critical energy, letting it go back to the earth. The earth receives anything that we're ready to release and composts it into new energy. Now we're going to do another movement, and this one is more about nourishment, opening ourselves to receive the nourishment that we need, the self-compassion, the kindness that we need. This one is another Qigong movement called Tigress Gathers Her Cubs. And it's very simple. We turn at the waist, one arm comes out and around and back towards the body. Then we turn to the other side. The arm goes out and comes back toward the body. So the image here is a mama tiger. She's bringing her beautiful, powerful paw out to grab her cub and bring it back toward her safe, protective, nourishing body. So we get the movement going, and there's no right or wrong here. There's no perfect way to do this. It's more getting into the spirit of the movement this gentle flowing kindness that we're drawing to our center, to our heart. And again, we're bringing our intention, the imagery, any feelings of, I like the kindness, compassion, self-nourishment. And through attuning with our mind, our body, our movement, it's as if we are an antenna that now is tuning into the nourishment that's available to us once we open to it. A couple more of these. And then letting the arms come down. So for the last part, I invite you to continue standing. Sitting is fine as well. And if you are standing though, we're going to do like a self-hug, or just having the arms rest here right in front of you as if you're holding a kitten or a baby or yourself. So the idea here is to use your own body, your own hands to comfort yourself, to give yourself love. And then if you feel like it, I like to just sway side to side. Now, while you're doing this, I'm going to read a poem, or it could be considered a prayer, on the theme of self-compassion. So just allow yourself to find a position that feels comfortable, whether it's a self-hug. There's different ways you can hug yourself. Hands on the heart, or just cradling your heart area. And then again, if it feels interesting or helpful to you, to sway side to side, that rhythm and that gentle swaying or rocking movement can really tap into almost like a archetypal kind of kindness and energy that we can give to ourselves. And then while you're doing that, I'm going to read this prayer or poem. When I post this on the YouTube channel, I will include a link and to this poem in the website where I got it from. And if I got it correct, I think it's from Jennifer Healy. So this might be received when you're listening to this, you might hear it as you talking to yourself. To the life that breathes through me. To the life that breathes through me. May you bear witness to my wounds and all my broken pieces, and help me to treat even these things with compassion. When I must face loss, may I feel your tenderness, the tenderness of my own being. When I feel hurt, grant me the patience to heal in my own time, my own way. For every frustration and mistake, may I uncover the strength to lean in and listen, and to not turn away. Have mercy on me when I most am in need of it. Bring to my experience a sense of awe for life and for myself, so that I can keep opening up to this moment. Show me how self-compassion and forgiveness are the roots of courage and resilience. Help me see that I have nothing lacking in myself, that my very essence is the divinity of unconditional love. Remind me again how to fill my own well with the love I've been looking outside myself for. Breathe into me the memory of my wholeness, so that I may bear witness to every imperfection with peace and respect. Through this compassionate awareness, may I see myself more clearly. May I know myself in my entirety. And then, with a steady gaze, watch as I transform all of my pain into a great river of love. See how I hold both my sorrow and my joy, every dream and fear, in the vast, still ocean of my heart. See how I expand to encompass every part of myself. And through this connection to it all, to all of myself, may I reach out and touch the pain of those around me with greater compassion and grace. And may I be the one who pulls others into my love. Let it be. May it be so. And so it is. Thank you. Just taking a few moments now to let that settle and integrate. Thank you for sharing this practice with me today.